We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Jets and the San Francisco 49ers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go. 11.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Deep ball for Goodwin. That's caught inside the 20. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one, and even 60 yards. That pass was heavily defended on 3rd down, but you know what? He's one of the best in the league at body control, and he showed you why there.
So what that tells you is that the guy throwing the...
That is caught by the tight end, Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
Now a handoff looking right. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Mariota nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Given 9 on the carry, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a game that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. So dangerous with a football in his hands. Call that a return of 38. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They'll run it now out of the gun. He's got a first down past the 30. And he'll take this all the way up to the 38-yard line. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. And now he'll tuck it and run. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Mariota now from the 50. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
Well, it certainly appears that in this game, someone has decided they're going to open up their playbook. First quarter, and we see that play. I like their style.
3rd and long here for Mariota. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
Well, he was looking at a dime formation, 6 defensive backs on the field, so he's looking for anyone to throw the football to, but he didn't have anyone open, so he took off and ran for it, but he came up just short, and that brings up 4th down.
And he is not going anywhere. They stop him for no gain. He needed 2, but he doesn't come anywhere close. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 at their own 42. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Garoppolo now. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 18 yards, first down Niners. Now Garoppolo looking for Pettis, but that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. To throw is Mariota. It's caught. Nelson. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13. Now they'll pitch it out here. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Room to run inside the 40. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On play action, Mariota. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. D. Ford has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Throwing, Mariota. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. D. Ford in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Okay, let's go back a little bit and see if my schooling comes to the front. What's that old saying? Those who forget the lessons of history are doomed to repeat them. That's the same guy who's gotten back-to-back sacks. I think a double team may be in order.
To throw, Mariota. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs. But, oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Brian Poole. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
Check. Three.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
2 yards on the play. It's 2nd and goal.
Now they try the right side here. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's 3rd and 6.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
On 3rd down, Mariota. And he's got Miller. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Niners' 35-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now a handoff looking right, and he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a fourth down. Now Brett Maher for the field goal try. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field's still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Garoppolo. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation, but sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Following the interception here, Mariota. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Working out of the gun, Mariota being chased, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This will be kicked from the 42. It's a 52-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
Yeah, they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the 3rd quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Mariota. Hauling it in, Nelson. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Tavarius Moore. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
11. 21. Here we go.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. They'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm was just off? Just got thrown off? He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Let's go!
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now they try the right side here. And they only get a yard back there. They'll be left with a 3rd down and long.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Mariota lets it go for Nelson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
21.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Anthony Averett picks it. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
A first carry for Trenton Cannon. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And a give this time to the tailback. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
First down, Mariota. He's going to look deep down and he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
Well, from what we've seen thus far, this is not a formula for winning football. When you have more turnovers than points scored, that's a tough way to try and win a game.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Garoppolo, perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Garoppolo gives to Breida. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 3 quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the 4th and final quarter.
One, Omaha.
On 2nd and 9. Garoppolo under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jordan Willis has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Check 26, check 26.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
We won. Come to my work.
From the shotgun, it's Mariota. He's going to fire one, and his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
First play of the drive, excellent run. Just sets up wash, rinse, repeat. Another first down.
So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. He'll take a shot for the... And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. Marquise Goodwin hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point. And the lead is now 17-3. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Now it's a bootleg with Mariota. Flushed out, and a big loss here as he's taken down. D Ford racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. And he's going to go down again. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Yo. Three. Yo.
Now Mariota on 4th down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. DeForest Buckner. And now, boy, the ball's going to go over on downs here inside the 10-yard line. Breaking the huddle, 1st and goal as the return team has set him up with golden field position. This is Breida. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Garoppolo now on 3rd and goal. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. 3 touchdown passes now for Jimmy Garoppolo. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Say, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit, being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on 4th, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good, but when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
A throw over the middle, taken in. That all all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to cut into this deficit. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that will get them one closer. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. D Ford in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a pickup of a yard there. That won't help too much. They're left with a 3rd and forever now. 3rd and long here for Mariota. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Mike 56, Mike 56. Here I come. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Here we go, team. Here I come. Here I come. 56 the Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
And they're going to go for it here on the 4th down try. Mariota's going to stay out there. Mariota to throw for it on 4th. And the pressure gets to him again. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go. Here we go. Safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
Here's Breida. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Let's go.
So the victory here for San Francisco.